Applications for a position on council closed on August 29th, 2025, with 3 candidates submitting applications. A special meeting will be held on Monday, September 15th to hear from the candidates and vote. There were discussions on the rehabilitation of ground wells at Lake Superior. Council was presented with a proposal from the Community Development Department for 2 golf simulators. Updates were also provided on the Aguasaban Golf Course social media campaign.
Under the hour of 6:30 on Tuesday, September 2nd. I call this regular council meeting of the Township of Terrace Bay to order. Declaration: the Council of the Township of Terrace Bay hereby acknowledges that we are in the Robinson Superior Treaty Territory, and the land on which we gather is the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe and the Métis. Are there any additions, deletions, or amendments to the agenda? Hearing none, I have a motion moved by Councillor St. Louis, seconded by Councillor Aduno. Resolved that council approve the agenda for the regular council meeting held September 2nd, 2025 as presented. All in favor? Carried. Are there any disclosures of interest? Hearing none. Adoption of minutes. I have a motion moved by Councillor Dubé, second by Councillor St. Louis. Resolved that the minutes of the regular council meeting held August 11th, 2025 be approved as presented. All in favor? Carried. Report from administration, John. Councillor vacancy process.
Thank you, Your Worship. So the previous actions by council on this vacancy, obviously we received the resignation of Councillor Johnson back in May. The seat was declared vacant at the August 11th meeting, and council had previously passed policy C334, council vacancy policy, at the meeting in July. So the policy basically provides a process by which council will fill declared vacancies outside of the general municipal election. So based on the policy, council did approve administration's recommendation that the vacancy be filled through appointment via open call, and that was the last meeting. Notice of the vacancy was posted to the township website starting on August 12th. The deadline to respond and apply for the vacancy was Friday, August 29th, 2025 at 2 p.m. So current discussion, the application process for filling a vacant councillor seat through appointment via open call is laid out in Schedule 2 of that policy, and it was also summarized in the notice. The vote to appoint a candidate shall occur at an open special council meeting called for that purpose. All qualifying candidates who submitted an application for the vacant seat will be notified by the township clerk of the date and time of the special council meeting. Township clerk will create a list of all eligible candidates who have complied with the application process. Candidates may also choose to submit a personal statement of qualifications to a maximum of 5, 8.5 by 11 pages in length for consideration of council. Personal statements and qualifications will be made available for public viewing on the township's website through that special council meeting agenda. So with respect to the process to be followed at the actual special meeting, the chair shall make a short statement, the purpose for which the meeting is being held, and a general order of proceedings will be followed. The clerk shall provide a list of qualified candidates. Each candidate shall be allotted 5 minutes to address council. The order of speaking will be determined in alphabetical order by last name. Each councillor will be asked up to 2 questions. Each councillor will be able to ask up to 2 questions per candidate. Upon hearing all candidate submissions, council will proceed to vote by way of a recorded public vote in accordance with the procedure bylaw as follows. Members of council will vote openly. Candidate names will be displayed in alphabetical order by the clerk. Members of council will vote for 1 candidate only. For the vacancy to be filled, the candidate must receive greater than 50% of the votes of council members present. If on the first ballot a candidate received greater than 50% of the votes from the members of council present, then council shall appoint them to fill the vacancy. So 50% at first vote. If on the first ballot no candidate receives greater than 50% of the votes, then the candidate or candidates who receive the fewest number of votes, in addition to any candidates who receive 0 votes, will be excluded from further consideration and be removed on the next ballot or next round. Another vote will be taken, an updated list of candidates, and so on and so on. There's only 4 of you guys here, and there's 3 candidates, so it shouldn't take that long, but you never know. The process outlined in 9A will be repeated until a single candidate receives greater than 50% of the votes from the members of council present, or the votes cast are equal for all candidates. And if there are 3 or more candidates remaining, the clerk will, by lot, select one such candidate to be excluded from the subsequent voting. Where the votes cast are equal, there are only 2 candidates remaining. The clerk will, by lot, select one candidate. That candidate will be deemed the successful candidate. Lot means drawing equal-sized pieces of paper, names out of a hat. So. Bylaw confirming the appointment shall be enacted by council, appointing the successful candidate to office for the remainder of the term, and the clerk will administer the oath. With respect to setting a date and time for this required special meeting, council could set a standalone meeting or schedule prior to one of the next regular meetings of council, keeping in mind the length of time that may be required. So again, 5 minutes, 5-minute address per candidate, plus 2 questions from each councillor per candidate, plus voting. So the next 2 regular meetings are scheduled for December 15th and October 6th respectively. So the 60-day deadline is until October 10th. So there is 2 opportunities there for meetings before our regular council meetings. But of course, council could call a special meeting at any time. Council's attendance is crucial to the process. Therefore, administration recommends scheduling a special council meeting for 5:30 p.m. on Monday, September 15th, 2025. Financial implications, are none at this time. The options are the council schedule a special meeting with council for September 15th at 5:30 p.m. in council chambers to fill a vacant councillor seat. Option 2 is that council schedule a special meeting council for blank in council chambers to fill the vacant councillor seat. And option 3 is that council not schedule a special meeting of council to fill at this time and direct administration otherwise. Administration recommends that council schedule a special meeting of council for September 15th, 2025 at 5:30 p.m. in council chambers to fill the vacant councillor seat.
Any questions on that? Is Barry, your hand up, or are you scratching your nose?
Well, I have a question, but I don't want to cut you off. You're still talking. Just point of clarity, all 4 members of council vote, including the chair, or is the chair ever a tiebreaker vote for this?
All 4 members can vote.
Yeah.
So is everyone good for the 15th, or do you want to schedule that another date?
15th is good.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yep.
5:30 okay with everybody for a time?
5:30, yeah.
Okay. Thanks, John. We have a motion moved by Councillor St. Louis, seconded by Councillor Duno, resolved that council schedule a special meeting of council for September 15th, 2025 at 5:30 p.m. in council chambers to fill the vacant councillor seats. All in favor? Carried. The recap for April, John. Next.
April was busy. We went to a lot of sessions. We only had 4 delegations, but we attended sort of a mix of both for the conference. I thought our delegations were well received. I think the province is hearing us. The time was sort of running out with respect to the mill's life before winter. And then the other delegation we have is with respect to childcare and trying to reestablish childcare here in Terrace Bay. Councillor Dubé summarized, summarized our case sort of very well. They seem very intent and listen to us. So hopefully that yields some results in the very near future. And of course, the mill being the more important of the 2. And then with respect to the MDP caucus was really a summary of a lot of our issues we have going on right now. I don't know if you guys want to elaborate, but.
And one other thing, we missed having a delegation with infrastructure, and we're going to schedule a meeting virtually with them, and I'm not sure when that is, whether they responded to you yet, John, or not. So
Nothing's been scheduled
yeah,
yet.
okay. Yeah, like John said, the delegations I thought went well. Childcare, I think, Chris, you can speak on this. Probably got answered a few questions that you didn't know was available.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the things they pointed out to me, I've been in previous conversations with Confederation College about having a virtual option for students in the area so they don't have to move to Thunder Bay to do their ECE training, and looking at the potential of having just that they would do it virtually all their schooling, and then they would co-op within our township, and that would be a more financially viable option for a lot of the students and families in our community. And then so they sort of direct me in avenues towards that, how to do it, but not particularly through college. There's a government program that they would go into, and then they would choose their college. So it's on my list of things now that school's starting up again. I know there's a few students who graduated last year who are very interested in pursuing that option. So I'm gonna reach out to the ministry and get some more clarification on that. And then I'm gonna circle back to some of these students who I know who are interested, and I know there's a fresh group of grade 12s who are also interested in doing that. So that was a really good conversation to have, and that's a critical piece. Brass Bells sort of indicated that the recruitment and retaining of ECEs, of qualified ECEs, is crucial to being able to open this childcare licensed childcare center. So that was something that came out of the delegation. And similarly, one of the conferences I sat in, I went to University of Waterloo for my undergrad, and they really were talking about using the University of Waterloo's co-op program to bring in students to sort of, again, recruiting and retaining talent. There was, I can't remember from Northeastern Ontario, small rural community, said that his water treatments plant supervisor was retiring in 3 years. So how do we start getting students potentially interested in going to that? And I know that Aqua has indicated they have recruitment and retaining issues as well. So there are some students who are in the environmental specialist high schools majors that I've sort of identified that it might be good for them to start looking at those potential careers, because we're going to be needing that within our town as well. So University of Waterloo, as well as those avenues there. So
Thanks, Chris. And the last item, John, was the municipal innovation internship update.
Thank you, Your Worship. So I did have a productive meeting with Mashuk at just before the Friday before AMO. We met in person at Leap U. We had a long discussion about some of the things we may want to accomplish with respect to implementing AI within the township, and whether it's operations or data analysis. Subsequently, upon the return from AMO, we the three of us, including his doctoral advisor, collaborated on the application into MyTax. That's been submitted now. I got word back today that they're not looking for any changes. We just have to finish the upload through the portal, and we should be good to go. So I'll continue to bring updates as they happen. The interns again are going to run from January 1st next year to the end of August.
Good show. Thanks, John. Any questions on any of those? Okay, thanks, John. Ryan, you're up.
Yeah. In 2025 municipal budget, we budgeted 140,000 for the rehabilitation of the ground well is at the Lake Superior pump house. The rehab work includes cleaning of the wells, installation of new ground well pumps which were previously purchased, and an inspection report detailing the condition of the wells. The Ministry of Environment, Conservation and Parks has detailed the need for this work to be completed within their last 2 annual inspections. Aqua, our municipal drinking water contractor, has tendered the project and was recommending Aardvark Drilling Inc. as the successful proponent. Aardvark Drilling was the only qualified bidder on the project. The total cost for well rehabilitation is $159,788.64. The two options here are the council approved the $19,788.64 over budget expense and have Aqua award the contract to Aardvark Drilling. And option 2, the council does not approve the $19,788.64 over budget and direct administration otherwise. The recommendation is option 1.
Any questions?
No, not really.
So Ryan, explain what the ground well pumps are.
So our main water source comes from Lake Superior.
Yeah.
We use the ground wells to bleed cleaner water in to extend the filtration standard water plant life, because you get that silt out of Lake Superior, it plugs up the sand. So basically we want to use partial groundwater, partial Lake Superior pump. When Lake Superior's rough, with south wind, same as the mill back in the day, we go ground wells.
The turbidity goes
up. We use ground wells only. Right now we only have one ground well pump running.
And there's what, 3 of them?
Yeah.
Any other questions on that?
No. Not much you can do about it, you gotta pay.
Okay, we have a motion moved by Councillor St. Louis, second by Councillor Dino, resolved that council approve the $19,788.64 over budget expense and have Aqua award the contractor Aardvark Drilling Inc. All in favor? Carried.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ryan. Right. Luke, you're on.
Thank you. Um, at the January 13th, 2025 council meeting, the council passed a resolution stating that council support Northern Ontario Heritage Fund Corporation application 75001139 Terrace Bay Golf Simulator, and that council commits to covering cost overruns for the expenditures identified in that application. So NHFC has sent through a legal agreement that will fund 90% of project costs up to $151,014. Project activities include 2 golf simulators, electrical upgrades and installation for this building, widening the doorway, soundproofing, as well as furnishings. In the original submission, the township requested 4 beginner golf club sets, so 2 adult, 2 junior, 1 of each hand, valued at $4,500 to be included as an eligible expenditure. However, this was later determined to be an ineligible expenditure. If council chooses to enter into this agreement, administration will issue an RFP to eligible proponents for the golf simulators in advance of the 2026 municipal budget. So the financial implications. So restating that NHFC project 75001139 will fund 90% of eligible expenditures up to $151,014. The municipality's contribution to this project will be up to $21,280. These costs would be brought forward as part of this 2026 municipal budget. So our options are option A, council approve NHFC agreement 75001139, and the appropriate bylaw be brought forward, or the council does not approve the agreement and directs administration otherwise. The recommendation is option A.
Any questions? Refresh my memory, Luke, what court are we using?
The racquetball court, because it's a little bit bigger.
That's the far one.
That's the second one from here.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, we have a motion moved by Councillor St. Louis, second by Councillor Duno, resolve that council approve the NOHFC agreement 75001139, and that the appropriate bylaw be brought forward. All in favor? Carried.
Thank you.
Thanks, Luke. Thanks, Luke. Stacy, you're up.
Good evening, Council. I've got 2 reports for you today. The first one is the social media marketing package on the Southern Golf Course advertising report. So as part of a budgeted and scheduled social media marketing package, the administration coordinated an advertising campaign with Ontario's Superior Country. This service came with a cost of $1,000 plus HST for the Superior Country to develop an article and promote it through social media advertising. $200 of the $1,000 of social media package was dedicated directly to promoting the campaign on social media platforms, also known as boosting a post. The focus of the social media marketing package was the Southern Golf Course. In addition to the regular benefits of the social media marketing package and further build on the campaign's success, Ontario's Superior Country featured the Southern Golf Course article as part of its larger regional advertisement for the 2025 Superior Golfing Campaign. So included with this report is Superior Country's full summary of the Superior Golfing Campaign. The overall campaign performed very well. The launch of the new Superior Country website contributed to an increase in outbound link clicks compared to previous years. In addition, by creating a dedicated page for each golf course, they were able to boost both the average time spent on each page and total page views of the campaign. So our August 7 golf course article delivered strong results, outperforming last year's. The details are outlined in the attached document and summarized below. So our timeline was June 22nd to June 28th. Link clicks was 573. Reached 25,517, impressions 43,234, engagement was 691, and video views 27. And then for the website advertising results for through June and July, the views were 577, outbound clicks were 34, and average time spent was 28 seconds. The August 7 golf course article will remain on the Superior Country website indefinitely, so it will continue to gain page views and readership. For financial implications, there's none at this time. This campaign was included and paid for under our 2025 municipal budget, and the report is presented as information only.
Any questions? Gary?
Appreciate it. It's done very well. what qualifies the campaign to be performing very well?
Would be the engagement and for it increasing from last time before. We are definitely seeing, more campaigns by wider audiences as well.
And do we have any metric that tracks people that have viewed the ad versus people that have showed up to a golf course?
I don't know for sure, but what I can do is I can, of course, reach out to Superior Country for additional metrics if you are interested.
It would be, not for this, but even in the future, I mean, it'd be fascinating to know how many people it's brought possible.
Yeah, last year we saw a direct correlation with it because we had some extra signups that were needed for one of our golfing campaigns. But for this year, I haven't heard anything yet, but that doesn't mean that we didn't see any improvement.
Thanks, Jason.
No.
Other questions? Okay, we have a motion moved by Councillor Duno, second by Councillor St. Louis, resolve that council accept this report as presented as information only. All in favor? Carried. The next one states the automotive material stewardship.
Yes, so in 2021, the Automotive Material Stewardship invited the municipality to participate in its collection and processing network that enables producer compliance for recycling antifreeze, oil containers, and oil filters under Ontario's new hazardous and special products regulation. At this time, AMS was required to revise their agreements with producers and service providers to comply with the regulation which the municipality signed. Our municipal automotive materials service agreement allows AMS to provide depot hour and event payments to municipalities for the collection of automotive materials. So AMS has made several important enhancements to their program this year aimed at strengthening partnerships and recognizing municipal contributions. These updates incorporate feedback received from the Municipal Waste Association on behalf of their members. An amending agreement reflecting these changes has been submitted for review and approval. The amending agreement includes the following key enhancements. So alignment with the updated regulatory requirements. So recent changes to the HSP regulation through OREG 558-24 clarify how municipal depots and events contribute to their producer collection system requirements. The amending agreement reflects these updates while recognizing the autonomy of municipalities to determine the services they provide to residents in their sole discretion. Second, increased payments for collection services. So to better support collection services, they are contributing to the following changes: minimum depot payments, minimum event payments, and annual CPI adjustments. We work as an event is what we would usually do. An extension of the agreement term. So the agreement is extended to December 31st of 2030 with optional regional terms providing long-term stability and funding assurances. So for financial implications, there are no financial implications at this time, but we do have two options before each day. Option A, approve signing of the amending agreement with Automotive Material Stewardship and that the appropriate bylaw be brought forward. Or B, do not approve the signing of the amending agreement and direct administration of revise. A recommendation for tonight is option A, approve signing of the new agreement.
Any questions?
It's just relates to hazardous waste. Day and anything as well?
Yes, so this is a separate section of that. So the automotive side of it, yes. Yeah.
Okay. We have a motion moved by Councillor Duno, second by Councillor St. Louis, resolve that council approve the signing the amending agreement with Automotive Material Stewardship and that the appropriate bylaw be brought forward. All in favor? Carried. Thanks, Stacey.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bylaw, we have a motion moved by Councillor Duno, second by Councillor Dubé, resolve that council approve the bylaw to enter into an agreement with the Northern Ontario Heritage Corporation number 75001139 for funding related to the golf simulator project. Be read a first, second, and third time and finally passed. Signed by the mayor and clerk, sealed and numbered on the 2nd day of September 2025. All in favor? Carried. The next bylaw, we have a motion moved by Councillor Duno, second by Councillor Dubé. Resolved that a bylaw to amend bylaw 14-2017 in respect of an agreement with Automotive Material Stewardship be read a first, second, and third time and finally passed, signed by the mayor and clerk, sealed and numbered on the 2nd day of September 2025. All in favor? Carried. So, Is there any questions, John? Anyone in the audience have questions while we're waiting for the online?
Anybody online wanting to ask a question, now would be the time into the chat. Going once. Second call for questions. What questions on regulation?
Thank you. Okay, we are now going to move in camera. We have a motion moved by Councillor Dubé, second by Councillor Duno. Resolved that council move the next portion of this meeting in camera at 18:55 to discuss minutes from the previous in-camera session held on June 16th, 2025. One matter with respect to position plan procedure criteria or instruction to be applied to any negotiations carried on or to be carried on by or on behalf of the municipality or local board regarding a residential lot sale agreement, and council will now recess for 5 minutes. All in favor? Carried.